Hey everybody, thank you for having us here. We are Mammoth Crypto. We're going to be talking about crypto as we end the year and get into the new quarter with less than a month left. So let's go ahead and give you some advice on what to expect and why it's important to understand how crypto works, the volatility of the market, if you're late to the game or not, and what are the coins that you should be spending your time investing in. We're going to dive right in right now. So first off, let's talk about the end of the quarter. It's been a crazy whirlwind this year, last year, the year before. Obviously, crypto is still new. You're new to the party. You're not going to really be looking at crypto as something you're late to the game until that great grandmother of yours that's pulling a turkey out tells you that she bought it for crypto. Until that sixth grader who's selling candy bars and Snickers and Twix to all his friends in sixth grade is taking money in the form of crypto. When it gets to that point where it's looked at pretty close to the dollar, it's pretty obvious you're late to the game. Until then, you're still early. You're going to want to try to get in at the first third. That means within 33% of the people who are using crypto, you want to be in that number. That's going to make you well on your way to hopefully getting some investment profit from crypto if you're looking for crypto as an investment means. Now, if you're someone like me, I talk about crypto a lot. I know a lot about crypto because I spend a lot of time researching it, and I also can help you out with education. Now, I'm not here to talk about my portfolio. That's going to be between me and my accountant. That said, what I will tell you is that I'm making money by talking about crypto. I'm a consultant. I get monetization. I have an ability to use crypto to my advantage, even if I'm not investing in it, which we can say that's hearsay if I am or not. We are just saying in the terms of this video from a monetized YouTube channel, being able to discuss these elements of crypto is a way that you can make profit. You can make profit as a consultant. You can make profit talking about it to an audience like I do on YouTube. There's many ways that you can use crypto to your advantage. Now, there's some people who are opening up crypto ATMs, and that's a really great way to utilize your crypto. Now, if you're going to open a crypto ATM, I would suggest a Bitcoin ATM. And this is what we're going to talk about today. There's two main cryptos that you can really focus on. We know that Bitcoin is the big gun. Everything else is considered an altcoin. Now, Bitcoin is probably going to be one of the contenders. There's a saying that all the cryptos are going to fade off, and there's going to be maybe one or two that are going to stand the test of time. If I had a bet, I would bet Bitcoin is a contender, and I would bet Ethereum is a contender. Now, the reason why I wouldn't go full in, assuming that one of those two, if not both of them, are going to be the ones that stand the test of time, is because there could be an elaborate trick where people do want losses. They do want a way for losses to be on their ledger for whatever reason, for write-offs, for credibility, for humbleness in the eyes of the public, whatever. I do think that there might be something new that's not yet heard of that might be the best, that maybe starts off with the most accurate way of reading and the best way to utilize help from the government by keeping them out of the way and still being a decentralized system. I think if we can find something like that, that's probably going to be the winner. But with so many billionaires and millionaires invested in cryptocurrency, I can't see them letting themselves lose. When I mean letting themselves, I literally mean letting themselves. When you have $1 billion, you have such a high level of influence. There's no other way around it. It is undisputed. You have influence and say over how economies work and how they are shaped, whether you like it or not. I can't see those who are so heavily invested in crypto to allow themselves the possibility of losing. So for those who are highly invested in Bitcoin, I doubt that they are going to let Bitcoin not be a contender. The same with Ethereum. Ethereum has been standing the test of time for a while. We look at Hex. They talk about their benchmarks are based off of trying to use Ethereum as a measurement. That's when you know you made it, when you can use Ethereum as a measurement. So Ethereum is also here to stay, as far as we know. I would bet that it's also a contender. These are the top two dogs. So if I were you, and if I were going to invest, and I'm not going to say if I am or not, we're just typing out hypotheticals here, I would consider looking at those two guns and seeing how the public looks at them, seeing how the billionaires and millionaires who highly invest in these guys use them and look at them and do their pumps and dumps and who's holding and who's not holding, even if they're saying they're not holding. I heard a story the other day that Grant Cardone has hundreds of Bitcoin, but he speaks about not necessarily liking Bitcoin. So that makes me curious. That makes me very curious. What's he doing with it? Is he planning on pumping and dumping? Is he planning on selling? Is he planning on holding permanently? I'm curious. I'm not here to judge. I just want to know. And that's what I would recommend to you. Keep an eye out. Keep your ears to the ground. Surround yourself in a community of people who are doing what you're doing and learning what you're learning so that you can have this information and these steps and use them so you can get a benefit and a gain from it, because it's out there. But if you're not doing your due diligence, you're going to possibly get left behind. And remember what we talked about at the top of the video. You want to be in that top 33%. You want to be in the 1/3 so that you can potentially benefit from this investment, from your time and your energy. So keep that in mind. Now, let's close off with the most important element of crypto. This is an extremely volatile system. So please understand that going in. When you get involved in any sort of coin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, any sort of altcoin, it can be Hex, FXT, XRP, any sort of coin, you're talking about a very volatile investment. So keep that in mind when you are working with this. I'm a conservative investor. I like conservative investments. Now you can, like I said, find ways to make crypto work for your advantage. Maybe you understand that you're going to hold for a certain amount of time, then sell. Maybe you have financial advisors backing you. Maybe you aren't a financial advisor. Maybe you're just a really smart statistician or someone that understands patterns. You understand people, behaviors. You've been watching how patterns have developed over the course of, let's say, the last century, where you know when recessions come. You know when this happens, this happens. When this goes down, this goes up. When that goes down, that goes up. When that goes down, this goes up. When that goes down, this goes up. And you understand these patterns, and you have help. You have blueprints. And maybe you can make crypto work for you, preferably Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, if you can't, no worries, no harm, no foul. Just understand what you're walking into. Walk in with both eyes open. Try your best not to walk in blindly. That's how you get blindsided. You don't want that. Try your best to learn from the mistakes of others who've come before you and also learn from their successes and try to implement those as soon as possible. If you're doing those things, you'll be in good shape. And as we end the year, I think if you really focus on doing your best to learn and gather knowledge and implement it, you should be well on your way to becoming profitable with cryptocurrency. So wishing you well. Please like the video and leave a comment so we can have a sense of community here. We can talk about these things together, and we can answer any questions in the form of education that may help you out in the future. Please be well.